Before you buy a home in Montgomery County because of the schools, you need to know what's about to change. Over 6,000 new student seats are being added across MCPS. New schools, major expansions, and boundary restrictions are coming. Not everyone's going to be happy. In this video, I'll break down the 3 major high school projects, explain why your current address might not stay in your current school zone, and how to stay ahead of the final decision. Let's get into it. First, we're going to discuss why school boundaries drive real estate in MoCo. Montgomery County has long been one of the most competitive school districts in the state. Great test scores, high graduation rates, nationally ranked schools like Wooten and Whitman and Churchill. For many buyers, school boundaries are the #1 reason they move here. As a native of Montgomery County who's gone through the public school systems and a realtor of 30 years plus in the business, the one thing that I know for sure is when I'm working with buyers, while of course the homes are important and the neighborhoods are important, the amenities, bedrooms, baths, proximity, all those things, when the families have kids, I have to tell you, I think that the schools are equally as important as the house itself or the neighborhood. And actually, many times it's even more important. I have plenty of families who will say, you know what, I want to be in this school district or this school district or that school district. You know, I'm willing to give a little bit on the house, the size, the bedrooms, the baths, the amenities, if I can get my kids into this school district here. So there's going to be a large shuffling of the deck that's going to take place with the schools, and this is going to be very important. So as a buyer or a potential seller, you need to keep on top of this. So the questions are, what's changing and why now? County is growing fast. More housing, more families, more students. This is why MCPS is investing over $500 million into school capacity, building the new Crown High School at Gaithersburg, reopening Woodward High School in North Bethesda, and expanding Damascus High School in the north end of the county. Combined, these projects all together will create room for over 6,200 new students. This will relieve overcrowding at top schools like Richard Montgomery, Walt Whitman, Walter Johnson, Quince Orchard, BCC, and Clarksburg. Now, these plans are going to redraw boundaries for middle schools and high schools only, not elementary schools, but there's no question there's going to be a lot of controversy over this. You're going to have some people who are extremely happy with the new schools, the changes that are made in the boundaries, and then of course you're going to have others who are not. If you think your community or your zip code is safe from redistricting, don't be so sure. The redistricting process is already underway and the new lines haven't been finalized. Currently, they're actually having public hearings where they're showing some of the new boundary options that are going to be taking place. My understanding is they're going to narrow it from 4 models down to potentially 2 models, and then the final model will be March 2026. And all this that we're talking about is for the school year 2027-2028. I've put a link below in the description to where you can go to the school board just to be able to see these boundaries as well as any other changes. If you're thinking about buying, thinking about selling a home in Montgomery County, you want to stay tuned to this stuff. I would especially stay tuned to this if you're considering purchasing a property in Gaithersburg, Bethesda, North Bethesda, Rockville, Damascus, and Clarksburg. I think these are going to be the areas that are going to be most affected. And once again, this is only having to do with the redistricting of high schools and middle schools. This will not affect elementary schools. Let's say you buy a home right now and you're buying it because of the school district, because you're looking for a top school district. And let's say 18 months from now, that changes. Once again, this could affect the value of your home, both positive or negative. Not going to say which way that goes, but there's no question that school districts do have a high impact on home values. Here's what I'm going to say. Montgomery County is still a great county. Still great schools overall. But the emotional reason you paid the premium price is gone. I've seen this happen before, and every time it affects home values, buyer demand, and resale potential. If you don't understand how the boundary studies work, you're walking in blind. Now, I put together a free downloadable guide that covers the full 2025-2026 timeline. To get your free copy, just click on the link in the description below, or you could also scan the QR code on the screen and I'll be sure to get it right to you. If you're thinking of moving to Montgomery County, or you're already here but you want to stay on top of some of these changes, I'm here to help. This isn't about scaring you, it's about being informed before you buy. Thanks for checking out my latest video. If you'd like to connect with me one-on-one, always feel free to text me at 240 793-7495. Or you can scan the QR code on your screen and book a Calendly appointment where we can get on a 15 to 20 minute Zoom session. Love to talk to you about your personal plans and how I can help you. See you next week.